Today we have with us the all-new Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza. This has been the highest selling 5-seater SUV of the Maruti Suzuki brand, and today we are going to review it. So we're going to start the review with the styling of this car, moving on to the features, then to the practicality, and after that we have the most important part, the comfort of this car, and then the driving experience of this car, and last but not the least, the pricing of this car. Timestamps to all these segments have given down below. And so without any further ado, let's get started.
Now we are a considerably new channel, so consider pressing that red subscribe button to join our family and never miss a video on our detailed reviews on every single car. And speaking about this review, a very special thanks to Maruti Suzuki Auto Vogue, which is the Maruti Suzuki Arena dealership here in the industrial area of Panchkula. If you're interested to buy any Maruti Suzuki Arena car, contact them using the links in the description below. And with that said, now let's start the review of this car.
If you have seen the new advertisement of the new Vitara Brezza, well, I'm sure that there is one word that you have learned from it, and that is bold. Well, I'm not defying the fact that this car is not bold. It is. So much so that I can say that I like this design much more than the previous one. And if we talk about the changes from the previous version, we do have the revamped grille along with a dual projector headlamp setup with the L-shaped DRLs and the LED fog lamp setup. Well, so Maruti this time has given a lot more attention to the lighting in this car. Now about the side profile of this car. If we talk about the wheels, we do have 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels which suit this car very nicely. And the other thing I like about the side profile of this car is that this car has a dual tone color scheme of red and black, and the ORVMs and roof are also finished in piano finish, which is a nice touch. Now the rear of this car hasn't changed much from its previous version. But the thing that has been changed are the new LED tail lamps, which has an LED surround design, and in between we do have halogen indicators and reverse lights. Other than that, the rear pretty much remains the same.
Now we're going to start with the features of this car with the steering wheel over here. It's a leather stitch steering wheel, which is a nice thing. It's also multifunctional with these buttons over here for the radio, which are pretty standard. Then we have these buttons over here for the voice control in this car. Now it isn't a AI based voice assistant, that is why you can only do a few things that are like given on the display over here. And then we have the call ending button and the call picking up button, so this is pretty good. And then over here, this also car comes with the cruise control, which is a great feature for the all-new Maruti Suzuki Brezza. Now moving on to this area over here, the instrument cluster, where we have the tachometer of this car, the speedometer, and that central display, which we are going to be talking about right now. Now as you can see, we have this red color over here on both the tachometer and the speedometer. But if you don't like that red color and you want to change it, you know what, Maruti has given you the feature to actually change it this time around, and I think this is pretty cool. You can change it to say color 1, which is white, color 2, which is orange, color 3, which is yellow, color 4, which is blue, my personal favorite, and then color 5 once again, which is red. So if you want to change the colors in this car, that's up to you. And this display over here is a very standard display. It gives you all the functionality such as the odometer through this stick over here. As you can see right now, we are on trip A, and pressing this we go on to trip B. That's what that stick does. And if we press this stick over here, then we have the instantaneous mileage of the car, but as the car is turned off right now, that's why it's showing some dashes. Then we have the overall mileage of this car. Now as this is a showroom car, it doesn't drive that much, and a lot of times it's just idling to turn on the AC. That's why the average is a little bit less over here, but once we do the driving review, we will be telling you the instantaneous average of the car as well, and talking about the general city mileage as well, so stick around for that. And then last but not the least, we have the range of this car. Now another great feature in this car is of auto dimming mirrors. This is one feature that I have been digging for a long time now for Maruti cars to bring up, and finally they have got this feature in the all new Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza. Now down below over here, the AC controls in this car are pretty standard and they're very easy to use, very intuitive. So this is pretty much what there is, but one great feature is of auto AC, which not only is given in the top model, but also you can see it in the middle models of this car. Alright, so now talking about displays about Maruti Suzuki cars, we first off have this style setup over here, which is the home setup, in where we have this style for the audio in this car. Like right now FM is playing, so it's giving us the audio FM preset, and which preset is playing, it's telling us that. If your Bluetooth was connected, then it would give you about the information about the music that is playing and all that jazz about audio is given in this style. Then over here we have our first of the average mileage of the car and then the range of the car, and similarly if I move this tile over here, it gives us the date and time, and similarly analog clock. So that's a pretty nice feature. Then over here we have our phone, media and connect. Connect is for the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and MirrorLink in this car, so that is pretty cool. We have media for choosing which audio preset you want, like FM, AM, DRM, USB, Bluetooth or the aux. So that can be done through media over here, and then this is the back button. And if your phone was connected, you can connect phone over here to dial a number or anything sort of like now. But as my phone is not connected right now, it's giving me an option to connect a paired device or connect a new device. So that is pretty cool. Now going back to the home button over here, this is the home button. It's a small little square given over there, and so this is pretty much all about the home screen of this car. And then you have this notification tray over here which can be pressed and the notification comes down, in which we have the AHA app, which can only be used if you have the Suzuki smartphone app in your phone. Then we have our paired devices if you want to change the paired device connected to your phone or you want to pair a new device. Audio settings, which are standard, the audio settings. Then the one feature about this display which I really like is of adding something else. Now say you use something really frequently, so you can just add that as a favorites over here. If I press add over here, it gives me the option of connecting which I want with that small add button. Like if I want to make that small add button my phone linkage, I can do that. If I want it to my phone SMS, I can do that. Similarly, you have a whole different array of things like date and time, phone contacts and all that stuff. So that is pretty cool, and not just one, you have 3 different favorite settings over here. Right, so that was about the home page. Now we will move on into the settings of this car. So if I move on to settings over here, we first off have display. In display we have brightness of the display and the mode, that is in day mode. Right now the headlights of the car are off, that's why it's in day mode, but as soon as you turn on the headlights or something, it will turn into night mode, in which it turns down the brightness of this car so that the light doesn't reflect in your eyes while you're driving at night. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. And then moving down below, we have the security in this car. So if you turn that on, you can turn on security pin protection as well. Say you want to lock your display, so you're giving your car away to a valet and you don't want them to fiddle around with your display, right? So you can just put down a pin in this car so that the valet which enters your car won't be able to fiddle around with the display unless and until that valet knows the pin, which most likely he won't. So that's why you can add a pin in this car, and that's a very good feature as well. Now moving back, once again going down, we have system information and then reset to factory settings, which all of that is pretty standard and you don't really need to fiddle around with them every single day. Then we have our audio settings over here, which is the bass, mid and treble. So if you want to change the bass of the car or something like that, you can do it from here. Then we have the balance fader, which side you want to be biased with the audio, that is the driver side or the passenger side, you can do it from here. Then we have our equalizer presets such as rock, jazz and all that stuff. And then we have our speed dependent volume, which you can turn off on high intensity, medium intensity and low intensity, which means that when you're driving at say a high speed, at that time the road noise is very high as well. So at that time the system will intelligently turn up the volume by a few notches so that the road noise doesn't interfere with your music. Similarly, if you're driving really slow, at that time the road noise is not that much, so the volume will also be a little less so that you can, you know, drive a little more carefully. So that is also a really nice feature. Then we have the system beeping, which the system is beeping as soon as I touch it every time. If you don't want that system beep, well, just simply turn it off, and now even if I touch the display anytime, it won't turn that beep sound on. Then we have our volume animation driving reverse, which means that when you put this car into reverse, the music volume would turn down so that you can carefully reverse your car. So you can turn it on, or if you are not distracted with music while driving, you can just turn it off as well so it won't bother you. Then we have our radio controls, in which we have AM active, DRM settings. Now a lot of people in India don't use DRM or AM, and if you don't want that to show up on this display and distract you, well, you can just turn it off, and that way whenever you press this mode button on the steering wheel, it won't even show up as AM and DRM. So That's a pretty cool feature as well. I'm just going to turn it on as it was earlier. Going back to the home screen, then we have our music over here, which is once again just the media in which you can control FM, AM, DRM, USB, Bluetooth, aux. And that is pretty much it. This is the most latest update that the Maruti Suzuki cars have got in their displays, and this is all about it. And one more feature that I want to tell you is that this turn off button, if you press it, the car display just completely goes off and all you can see is the date and time and the analog clock. That's all this display has to offer. Now last but not the least, another cool feature in this car is of keyless entry. Now that we're getting start stop buttons and not a physical key for the all new Vitara Brezza, we get a keyless entry key which has been redesigned and looks pretty good. With this keyless entry key, we get a feature of keyless entry in which we get this one button, small button over here, which can be used to lock and unlock the car. Now right now the car is locked, that is why when I press this button the car gets unlocked and I can easily open it, and I didn't press the button. Similarly, if I close the car, I'm not pressing the button, I just need to press this button and the car is now locked. The theory behind this is that you don't really need to take out the key ever, because you have the key in with you. Just press this button to unlock the car, sit inside it, press the start stop button to start the car, stop it whenever you want it, and whenever you get out of the car you just need to press this button once again and the car will be locked.
So we're gonna start the practicality with the glove box in this car. Oh sorry, the glove boxes in this car. Actually this car has two glove boxes. The first is the cooled compartment and second is the normal glove box, which is quite deep. For organization, we do have one card holder. Moving on to the center console, we do have a storage cubby to keep your phone. We have one 12-volt charging socket and a USB and aux port. Beside the handbrake in this car, we do have two cup holders. And I don't know what that is, but it's there. Behind the cup holders, we do have an armrest which is also adjustable. And if you open it, well, it is very deep, as you can see. On the ceiling of this car, you also get a sunglass holder. We have a big enough storage cubby on the driver's side seat for keeping toll receipts as well. We also have large door bins in this car and a bottle holder as well. If we talk about the practicality in the rear seat, we do have seat pockets for the passenger as well as driver's side seat. In the armrest of this car, we do have two cup holders for the rear seats as well. And now for the most important part of our practicality session is the trunk. But first we're going to talk about opening this trunk. Now surprisingly, there is only one way to open this trunk, and that is the request sensor given below the trunk. And although Maruti has given you the Nexa style key with the new Vitara Brezza, but they still haven't given you the remote button to open the trunk. And that's all okay, but I still have one question. Why? Anyways, let's open the trunk. And if you talk about the actual trunk space, well, this is enough storage space for this type of car. And the good thing about it is that it's a flatbed trunk. And for organization, Maruti has given you two storage cubbies on either side. And above there, you do have a hook. And on the other side, you do have one 12-volt charging socket and a light module.
And now talking about the most important part of any car really, that is comfort. So talking about the front seats over here, I'm sitting on the driver's side seat, and obviously because this is the front seat, I can use the seat to move it back and forth. I have height adjustability, all manual. The backrest can also be adjusted through this manual control. So controls wise, it's a pretty safe car and you don't really need to worry about anything. Talking about the seat material, we get fabric seats in this car which are decently comfortable. They grip you into place really well, and you really won't have any kind of problem going in a long road trip in this car. Coming into the rear seats of this car, you just saw that I was sitting in the front seat. I'm pretty tall, 6'1". Even still, when I come into the rear seats, as you can see, I have about 4 or 5 inches of legroom in this car, so that is really decent. Talking about the headroom, well, I have 4 or 5 inches of headroom as well. Once again, I'm 6'1", pretty tall. So space wise, I don't think you're going to have any kind of problem in this car. Moving into the middle seat, where we usually have a transmission tunnel, well, in this car you also have a transmission tunnel, but it's not that high. I've seen higher transmission tunnels, but I won't even say that it's low as well. You still need to have one leg on this side and one leg on this side, so that makes it a little bit uncomfortable. But anyways, the seat material is the same as the front one, same fabric seats, so they're decently comfortable. Alright, so driving the all-new Vitara Brezza, yes, we're wearing a mask because of the pandemic, and everyone please keep safe at home. So right now, talking about the driving experience of this car, we're driving in some city road right now where we do have a little bit of bumps here and there. So talking about that experience right now, we really don't feel those kind of bumps. I mean, obviously, if there's a large bump, you would feel it, but you know, some cracks in here and there, you won't really feel them in this car because the seats really do a good job of absorbing them. If you talk about the performance of this car, well, we have a 1.5 liter engine in this car. So that was a pretty good bump in this car, which you were able to see because I think the camera also moved. And to be very honest, if I see the bump right now, that was a pretty good, like, big bump. Still, the car wasn't, you know, uncomfortable at any point. So like I was talking about the performance, this car has a 1.5 liter petrol engine with a manual transmission. So the mileage of the car claimed by the company is of 17 kmpl, but talking about the real time driving of the car, I think you can easily claim about 15 or 16 in the city. And the engine is capable of producing 103 horsepower with 138 Newton meters of torque. And if you talk about the automatic variants, because that comes with a mild hybrid system, so those cars can give you about 18 kmpl, and once again you can expect about 16 or 17 in the city. So overall, the driving experience in this car, you know, even if we go over bumps, there are no kind of rattles in this car anywhere. You're not going to find the car not isolated from the road. And talking about the road noise as well, that is very low. And as you can see right now, we're going over a few bumps over here, and I'm not going to lie over here. You can feel those bumps, but once again, those are pretty big bumps, and it's not at any point that you're going to feel uncomfortable. So I think that this car really does a great job in city driving. So now we're on a highway road, and I'm just going to give a little bit of gas over here, and let's see the pickup of this car. I'm just going to move to maybe in a little bit of isolated area. Right, so right now my car is in second gear, and I'm going to give it complete gas over here. So yeah, I just went up to like 4,500 RPMs in this car, and according to a city car, you know, it's completely great. You're not looking for a sports car over here that the car would go, you know, 0 to 100 in like 5 or 6 seconds. This car can do 0 to 100 in, I guess, 11 or 12 seconds. So I don't think that you're going to have any kind of problem because this is a family city car, right? And I think the driving experience of this car is really great, and as told you before in the features of this car as well, we're going to talk about the instantaneous mileage of the car. So right now I am in 4th gear driving at 2000 RPMs, and the instantaneous average that the car is right now showing me is 21.2 kmpl. So yes, actually I'm driving at 50 kilometers per hour, and even though the car is telling me to move into 5th gear, and the car is continuously telling me around 21 or 22 kmpl. So you know, obviously I'm not stopping anywhere, so that's why it's showing that high. But even in traffic roads, I don't think that this car is going to give you any kind of problem regarding fuel, you know. So now I think let's move on into the rear seats and see what the experience is back there. Alright, so now I'm into the rear seats of this car, and as you can see right now, the headrest of this car is not according to my head, but we get adjustable headrests in this car, so I can adjust them according to how I would sit, and I think that is pretty cool. Okay, so the question over here is that, is this car a chauffeur driven car? So if I am sitting in the rear seats of this car, like I told you in the comfort section as well, we do have a lot of space in this car. Right now Shubham is driving, and he is a little bit less taller than me, so I get additional kind of legroom in this car because he has pulled the seat forward. So I have about 7 inches, I guess, of legroom, so that is pretty cool even for a 6 feet person over here. Even over going bumps, it's same story as the front seats. You can feel them, but at any point you won't be like they are very uncomfortable. Getting a few things done over here, I can easily do that. If I had my laptop, I could even, you know, easily edit the video back over here, and I don't think that it would have been a big deal in the rear seats of the Vitara Brezza. Now you've seen the whole review of the car. Now let's talk about the pricing of this car. keep in mind that all the prices that I'm going to tell you are all the on-road prices for here in Panchkula. So there's not going to be that much of a difference. You can add about 10-15,000 rupees or decrease about 10-15,000 rupees depending on which state you live in. I'm going to tell you all the on-road prices for this car. So if I talk about the manual variants only, right now I'm talking about the manual variants. The base model, that is the LXI variant in manual, will cost you 8,38,000 rupees approximately, and the VXI variant would cost you 9,51,000 rupees. Similarly, the ZXI variant of the manual variant would cost you 10,35,000 rupees. The ZXI Plus variant in automatic but with the single tone color would cost you 11,77,100 rupees. But if you want your car in manual top model but with a dual tone like this one, that car would set you back 11,33,000 rupees. So that was the manual pricing. But if we talk about the automatic pricing of the all new Vitara Brezza, keep in mind that the automatic does not come in the base variant, that is LXI. It only starts from VXI, and all the automatic variants of this car come with a mild hybrid smart system. So do keep that in mind. So if we start with the VXI variant in automatic, that is 11,73,100 rupees. The ZXI variant in automatic would cost you 11,90,000 rupees. The ZXI Plus variant in automatic but with a single tone color would cost you 12,63,000 rupees. But the ZXI Plus variant with automatic in a dual tone color would cost you 12,91,000 rupees. And so this was the styling, the features, the practicality, comfort, driving experience and the pricing of the all new Vitara Brezza. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, comment down below what you think about our video, share this video as much as you can, and a subscribe would also be appreciated. Thank you for watching our video.